Hi guys, so you've probably learned how to use your professional camera, you've learned how to price your services, and now you're about to go for your first event. Congratulations. But before you leave, I'm going to help you with a few tips to make sure that the gig goes smoothly. Number one is always leave early. Now, weeks before my event starts or days before, I usually put the address in Google Maps to see how long it's going to take for me to get there. Now, I usually leave at least an hour before an event, latest 30 minutes. I always like to get to events very early, and I'll explain this later in the video. But you always want to make sure that you're prepared for the distance, because there might be traffic. If you're taking Uber or Lyft, that you might not have available cars to pick you up. So you always want to make sure you know how far you're going, and you always want to leave on time. The second tip is always ask your client what the attire is for the event. Now, you never want to be underdressed if you're going for an event. Being overdressed isn't bad, but you never want to be underdressed. So for example, if you're going to a gala event where everyone is wearing tuxedos, you don't want to go there wearing like a tank top or sports jersey and jeans. You always want to dress appropriately for the event. Now, I usually wear pretty much the same thing for all events, and it's quite appropriate. I wear like black Chelsea boots, black jeans, and a black shirt, so I blend in and I don't pop out, you know. But you always want to find out from your client if there are any specific dress codes so that you blend in properly. The next tip is always ask your client for any last minute special request when you get to the event. Now, things happen during the event planning process. Maybe a client who couldn't make it, a guest who couldn't make it, finally at the last minute says that they can fly in. So you always want to find out from the clients if there are any little changes or things that you should take note of. It shows that you care and it shows that you're very professional. Now, when I'm speaking to my clients in the initial booking process, I send out questionnaires to them with various questions like this. Are there any specific requests? Are there any specific shots you want from me? What are you using these pictures for? Social media, pictures on the wall? Are there any questions you have for me? Is there anything I need to know from you? But I still ask my clients when I get to the event, because things happen. And this way shows that you're professional, one, and it makes sure that you don't miss anything. Now, before I get to my final point, I want to kind of expatiate on why I say you should get to the event early. For obvious reasons, you don't want to be late, you want to capture the entire event. But at the same time, when I get to events early, what I do is I scout the area, I walk around, I look at places that I can get nice shots from, good vantage points. I look at points where I can stand to get good establishing shots. I find out if there are any site-specific rules for photographers. If the client didn't inform me prior to the event day, I go to the management and I ask if there are any specific rules to be respectful. I also look out for emergency exits, because God forbid, anything could happen. You always want to be prepared. You don't want to be an amateur. But I do this, I go to events early to be prepared and just make sure that there are no cracks with the gig. Now, the next tip is, guys, it's okay to be nervous when you're going for events, especially if it's your first event. You're gonna feel horrible, but I want you to embrace being uncomfortable and embrace being nervous whenever you're going for these types of events, because it's like an obstacle. Once you're done with the event, you're gonna be very, very, very happy that you took the chance on that. You're going to get to meet new people if you network properly. You're going to be able to get amazing shots for your portfolio. You're going to be able to get good work that will draw even more clients to you. So being nervous is perfectly fine, but obviously you don't want to show that you're nervous, right? You're the professional, you're supposed to know what you're doing. But it's fine to feel that way, right? But just make sure other people don't know. Now you're done with this event, you're editing the pictures, they look really good. You're going to eventually send to the client, and you want to make sure that you have a good relationship with them so that they work with you in the future. So click on this video to learn how to keep long-term clients. Now, before we leave, make sure you leave a like down below, make sure you comment and subscribe and share with people who will find this helpful, and I'll see you in this video.